If you wanted to move to Asia today, two countries often comes in the conversation, Vietnam and China. Both countries have huge cities, growing economies and opportunities for foreigners. But the real question is, which one is actually easier for foreigners to live and work in? In this video, we are going to compare Vietnam and China, and so you can understand which country is right to live in and work. More people around the world are looking at Asia for work opportunities and new experiences. And these two countries attract attention for different reasons. China has one of the biggest economies in the world, while Vietnam is one of the fastest growing countries in Southeast Asia. But living in these countries can feel very different depending on your goals. Let's start with something many people care so much about: the cost of living for these two countries. Vietnam is generally known for being very affordable compared to many countries. I have lived in both countries. I have worked in both countries, and this is not far from the truth. Food, transportation, local services can be relatively inexpensive, actually, depending on the city. China also can be affordable in some places, but major cities can be more expensive. For example, Shanghai, Beijing can be expensive. So if budget is a big factor for you, Vietnam might feel easier in terms of living and working specifically. Job opportunities. When it comes to job opportunities, both countries offer opportunities. In Vietnam, many foreigners work in education, tourism, international businesses, online work, remote works, and all that. China also has huge opportunities, especially in large cities where international companies operate. For example, Shanghai, Beijing, Shenzhen. For these places, due to the large number of international companies, job opportunities exist. However, the requirements and competition can sometimes be different depending on the industry. So you have to look the industry that you want to work in before you decide which of these countries will best suit you. Now let's talk about the visa process for these two countries if you want to work. The visa process is another important factor if you want to work in these two countries. Every country has its own rules and requirements for foreigners. In China, I experienced different rules there. In Vietnam, I experienced different rules there. Some people find Vietnam process more flexible depending on their situation. And I experienced that. Same with China. China's system can sometimes require more documents depending on the type of visa that you are applying. I applied for a work visa in China through a visa sponsorship job. So the immigration requires you submitting more documents. For Vietnam, it's more of you submitting more documents as well and making sure that it's authenticated, making sure that you have your medicals and the police report, a whole lot. This is why it's important to research the visa options carefully before deciding which of these two countries you want to work. I'm talking about work because that is where I have most experience as well as studies. Lifestyle is where the experience can feel very different. Vietnam offers a relaxed atmosphere in many cities with vibrant street culture and amazing food. See, when you get to the street of Vietnam, you might feel like, why is everyone doing street business? Coffee shops every corner. Morning, evening coffee tradition is amazing. It's fascinating to see every morning Vietnamese people sitting at the coffee shop or the cafe. It's amazing. And they have amazing food, amazing culture, and a rich history. China, on the other hand, has massive cities, advanced infrastructure, and of course, a very fast-paced environment. I realize a huge difference between these two countries in terms of the infrastructure. But however, Vietnam is also developing at a very fast pace. Some people prefer the calmer lifestyle in Vietnam, while others enjoy the energy, the intensive, the pressure, Chinese big cities. Language can also play a role in Vietnam. You may find English used in certain areas, especially in tourism and international environment. And it's quite surprising that at least every 7 out of 10 Vietnamese that you meet, they can speak some very little English in most cities, based on my personal experience. So, language barrier is not such a huge big deal. Of course, you still have to learn some basics. In China, the language barrier can sometimes feel stronger depending on the region. You find yourself working, the language barrier can be a very big hindrance to you, trust me. So, learning some local language can always make the experience easier in either country. So, which country is better for you to choose in terms of living and working? Is it Vietnam or China? I have lived in both countries working. For China, studies and work; for Vietnam, strictly working. And my honest answer is that it depends on what you are looking for. If you want more relaxed environment with a lower cost of living and not so much stress upon yourself, a relaxed environment, have that kind of balance, work-life balance, and of course, you can still feel the pressure though, but not compared to China. Then I think that Vietnam might be very appealing to such a person. And if you are interested in one of the world's largest economies and in major global cities, China can be an exciting option. See, I love both countries and I enjoy living in both countries. Anytime, any day, I will always choose both countries again because of the experiences, because of the exposure, because of how life seems different in both countries. And what you can learn, you also have to unlearn. Both countries offer unique opportunities and experiences, lifetime experiences that money cannot pay. So for me, living in both countries, working there, schooling, I would say that it will depend on what you are looking for. So look at your goals, look at your career plans. Where do you want to get to? What kind of life do you want to live? And then choose between any of this country. And it may work very well for you. You may experience good things and learn, and then you grow. Now, I'm curious about your opinion. If you had the chance to move abroad, would you choose Vietnam or China purposely for working? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy learning about relocation, moving abroad, job opportunities, different countries around the world, make sure you subscribe to this channel and please like this video for me. And okay, do me a favor, share this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is dostnomad. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to make a very good decision between China and Vietnam with a long details that I have made specifically for these two countries, watch this video. I thank you for your time watching this video. Please don't forget to like this video, share it for me, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.
Thank you all for watching this here video.